Welcome to M4S Studios. Another exciting day, a beautiful afternoon here in the heart of Lagos. And we'll be looking at sports development in Nigeria. Over the years, most of our stars have been described as accidental discharge. Well, some of us will say no, they may have started from somewhere. But actually, this is beginning to make sense. Today, I'll be talking with someone who has been seen it all, who has been there in sports development from COD to a new magnificent team, the City Football Club. And he'll be telling us more about really discovering these kids from the tender age, as young as 9, 15 and thereabout. And that's what makes a difference in global football. Let me welcome Shola Opaleye to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Felix. Yes, thank you.
So tell us more about all this, all you've been doing with youth sports development in your facility.
Okay, the journey is a long one, but we'll try and put it together in this session. So we run an organization called City Sports Africa, right? We call ourselves a sports development institution that focuses on total development for children between 4 years old to 20. Right. Well, when we say total development, first is that we have a multi-sports program where we are into 5 sports: football, swimming, athletics, basketball, and tennis. Right. But also, total for us also means that we provide development programs for students or for children at every level. So grassroots level, meaning people that have never even played the sport before, they want to start, total beginners. And then the next level, maybe academy, those who have shown a bit of skill and they want a different program to push them into professional sports. And then the professional or the club football or sport, whereby they get an opportunity to play for professional clubs, playing basketball, football, or swimming, or anything like that, in locally or abroad. But then in between the academy and the professional club, you have those that won't make it to professional club, but they have the ability enough to get sports scholarships in universities anywhere in the world, so they're able to go in there as well. So we have programs that develops that pathway from beginning to end, right? Statistics say that only about 2% make it to professional sports. So what happens to the remaining 98%? There are also children who we need to care for their future. So we provide that scholarship opportunities for them. Last year, we gave out about 38 scholarships into schools in the UK and in America to people who can play football at least to that level, to get some activity.
That's quite interesting. Like, you made a very important statement when you talk about it's just 2% that make it to the elite, even probably 1%
yes,
that make it to the
exactly. It's getting steeper.
To the elite category. But again, the ecosystem is huge. You can become a sports doctor,
yes,
a physio, a referee. A coach. So this is some of the things when you have a rounded program,
yes,
that these kids can take advantage of.
Yes, I mean, for us, what we even look at is that, I mean, we always say that you mentioned something like accidental discharge, and basically what that means is if you are training anywhere without a structured program, you are likely to develop, but just that nobody can track your development. You could have developed in 2 years, maybe you did it in 5 years, but nobody can track it. But a real sports development program is such a program that has a development curriculum. It first decides or determines what level of that ladder you are in, whether A, B, or C, or D, and then what kind of activities in terms of drills and trainings that are used to develop you at that level. So in City Sports, we have what we call the 5 pillars, which means that we need to develop children around those 5 rounded pillars, and that's physically, technically, tactically, mentally, and you need to develop their adaptive skills. Adaptive skills basically means that wherever they find themselves, you are playing in Russia, you are playing in anywhere, the weather is hot, the weather is cold, you still are required to deliver. So these are the things we tell our students from the onset, and we try to develop them roundedly, if there's a word like that. The other thing that we focus on, so that was the sports curriculum. The other thing that we focus on is the leadership curriculum, which is the bedrock of everything, right? It's easy to get to the top, but staying at the top, you require leadership skills. Our leadership skills that we focus on are discipline, integrity, excellence, teamwork, perseverance, and courage. All of these topics are taught to the students while they are playing either football or basketball along the way. And at the end of the year, like the Ballon d'Or that we all know, right, we have what we call the Leadership Awards Night, where students come fully dressed in their agbada or anything, tuxedos, anything, to win what we call the Leadership Award for City Sports at the end of the year for those who have been through the program, throughout the year. So we try to do this every now and then, engage them and all of that.
Quite interesting. Of course, I mentioned you ran COD. What really happened to COD? Was there an infusion?
No, COD was a project by the church. It was deliberate from the beginning that, look, we want to take football, or we want to take the gospel into that space, into the football space. We did that. From 2007, we started. I had a very fantastic time with COD. It was so many great things happened, so many innovative things happened. At that time, we brought both teams to Nigeria. We were the first team to have a male team and a female team in the professional league at the same time. At one point, they were both champions of Lagos in the FA Cup, at one time. So it has so many great things that happened. The Guavon and Chejine, these are some of the great coaches in Nigeria that have worked on in that project as well. So by 2017, we had come from the lowest division in Nigeria, which is Division 5, not Division 5, which is what we used to call amateur 3.
Yeah.
Right? It was Amateur 3, Amateur 2, Amateur 1, then NNL, then Premier League. So we had come from Amateur 3 to NNL. We didn't get to Premier League before, but we had climbed up the ladder, which was very encouraging. And so many people were touched, so many lives were saved, which was the main aim at the time. At 2017, we're spending a lot of money.
All right. No, I know this because we also started a team called Ikorodu United.
Yes.
And I know it's a massive investment. Also, I did that. It was really a tough battle.
Yes.
But now let's focus on what happens to these kids after, because that's very critical.
Oh, yeah, that's critical. So what we've brought to the table, and I'm excited for the kids as well, it's what we call the full development program. We say to them that every child, regardless of...
Do you have a school within this system, the ecosystem?
So we don't...
Do you work with schools?
Yes. Yes. We work with a lot of schools. So there are 3 types of curriculum: the sports, leadership, and academics. We handle sports and leadership. We partner with a lot of schools that provide academic curriculum, academic development to these children. Hopefully soon maybe we'll add academics, but right now we're just focusing on those 2, right? We say that every child can be part of this, regardless of your background, your location, or your skill level, right? Because, like I said, we know that maybe 2% will make it to professional sports. The many 98% have to go somewhere in life. So the leadership curriculum gives them the background and the courage and the ability to even dream to be anything that they want to be. So part of the program means that about 3-4 times a year, they go abroad for competitions, meaning that they are competing with their likes all over the world. The last one we went in Stuttgart, Germany, 120 teams came from Europe. We went with 3 teams, U9, U12, U15. At the end of the day, U15 and U9 both won their categories. What that meant to those people was not the win. It was the ability to dream, the right to dream. So they now know that all I need to do, if I dream and work hard at it, it's going to happen, which is the real single message that we're preaching. But we're only doing it through sports as one of the powerful
in the next
tools.
few years, do you see 1 or 2 players representing this country?
Oh, yes, we already have.
One?
We already have.
Okay.
So we have a boy called Nefe Osaze. Okay. He currently plays for Arsenal. He signed with us. He's 16 now. He signed with Arsenal when he was 12 years old, 4 years ago. He had been with us since he was 7, right? And went to England in 2021. In 2020, during COVID or so, 2021, he signed for Arsenal U12, and he's been there now for 4 years. Fantastic. He will, by the grace of God, sign his pro contract very soon when he's 17 or 18. And we'll start seeing him on TV very soon. And then we have another lady called, what's her name again? Myro. Okay. Myro Brute, right? Myro Brute played for Nigeria, the Falcons, the Eaglets of the Falcons.
Okay,
the junior team, in the last World Cup, FIFA World Cup in Costa Rica in December last year. right? So we've had that. We've had another boy who played for Doncaster Rovers in the UK who signed for the academy. So we have some of these boys that have gone through. We have the swimmers. About 3 swimmers represented Lagos State in the last National Sports Festival, winning gold. You know, so we've had a few of those.
I'm actually happy you are tracking some of
Oh,
these
yeah.
things.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I hope in the long run your organization will also benefit.
Oh, yes.
Because you can invest in these young
Oh, yeah.
talents, and then when it's time to reap, somebody else
Exactly.
comes. I hope you
I
have
understand.
proper contracts.
Oh, yes.
Agreement
Oh, yes.
with their
They
parents.
do. They do.
Probably you can have with them.
Exactly. Right now is their parents
Yeah,
we're talking to. But the minute they cross over to City Sports Academy, which is another level, from 12 to the parents sign and they sign the academic contracts, right? When they get to 17 and play for the FC, City Sports FC, that is in the league right now, they have contracts. So yes, we have contracts with all of them. As we did back from COD days to now. So yes, they all have contracts.
Interesting. Of course, you're talking about Right to Dream, which is brilliant. And of course, I have something here. You must tell us about it.
Yes, let me bring it out.
Let's,
So this is very dear to us, you know, because we celebrated 5 years of City Sports, December 2024, last year. Yeah. So literally this year, we're in 2025, it's still us celebrating 5 years. If you look at the logo, I don't know if you can see it.
No, of course.
This is our logo, but you then have the 5 stars that represent the 5 years of hard work, vision, and all of that. And inside it, we now have our very special memorabilia for you.
Good. That's a brilliant one. And let me see if it looks nice. I know caps don't look nice on me.
It really does look nice.
Okay. At least it covers my bald head.
You know. And then we have this. This shirt is
nice.
Special with
and this is properly
the logo
branded
as well.
This is beautiful.
You know, so it's just for us to say, look, let's mark this thing we're doing. It helps with everybody. As many partners that come on board, we're happy to work with anybody just to make sure that
this is
the children
and, I mean,
have fun.
To me, this is proper branding, and this is the way to go if you want to grow in the business of sports, because I know we struggled a lot when we're doing the league, when clubs would come with some funny looking jerseys.
Oh yeah, I remember. They will not all wear the same socks. Some people wear red, some people wear black.
This actually devalues
the
league if you don't have it right.
It helps.
But I'm happy you are getting it right.
So we try to do that because, like you said, the right uniforms, the right look tells something to the students, to the children, because their mind is about the mind, really. You know, if they see everybody wearing the right uniform, looking good, and we're very strict about it. We're very disciplined about how they come to training. If they come with the wrong socks, they won't play. Okay. You know, it took a while for parents to adjust to that because we said, look, they're not playing. I mean, so obviously now they've done that, and so them wearing it creates an organized setting. And then it's just for their minds to receive what they bring, what the coaches have to bring, and that has been what's happened to them.
Perception is actually 90% of the things we do. But now let's go. Yeah, you've done this. What do you think the Nigerian government should be doing to encourage people like you in this?
A lot. I think number one is to do facilities. Everybody talks about that, and I know we've heard it a lot of times. We need to have enough facilities. Our facilities are nowhere near what we need, especially in Lagos. They have a lot of children. It's highly populated. So facilities, they should just plant facilities all over Lagos State, really. It doesn't have to be stadiums, you know, it just can be small,
proper playing flat
community
surfaces,
parks. Community parks.
Flat surfaces.
Just put it around. Basketball, football, and maybe tennis or volleyball or something. Just all over Lagos, because I mean that's number one. Number two as well is to provide an avenue where our coaches get trained, competent coaches. Now it's not their fault, and I give you a quick example, a quick story, because we have a lot of demands for coaches, and we work with schools and we help them develop their sport. They outsource it to us and things like that, right? There was a time we had a project to employ 15 swim coaches, right? And I interviewed about 25, shortlisted it about 20, and the next stage of the interview was to take those 20 to the swimming pool for them to show us how to swim. They are development coaches. As development coaches, you need to know how to do the sport that you're teaching your children. You know, out of the 15 that went to swim, only 2 could swim. And these are all certified coaches, swim coaches. You know, so that for me made me understand that, look, there's a major gap between the people that are supposed to provide the development and the students. So government needs to help us to equip and train these coaches.
But that actually now falls on the bag of people like NIS, National Institute of Sports in Surulere.
Yes.
What are the things they should be looking at? People get certificates, but they are not certified.
I agree. They are not trained. I was at the NIS inauguration yesterday, so I'm excited about that as well. There's a new committee that has been formed. There's a new DG. The plan is massive. It's exciting for people like us, and we look forward to great things to come from there. And that's what we hope that other government organizations, if possible, do for us as well.
Yeah. City Sports, of course, Lagos. A lot of people will be watching this outside Lagos. They will ask, what opportunity do we have? Do you hope to expand in the future?
Yes, we actually have a center in Abuja. I didn't mention it earlier. Since about 3 years ago, we have a community center in Kano, right? But obviously, it's not enough with the demands that we get. What we've also tried to do is to provide programs where we have a residency academy here in Lagos that people from those states, other states, can come and be part of because it's residential and stuff like that. So we're hoping that as we grow, as there are more facilities, we will go into other parts of Nigeria. The vision is clear. We understand the model very well now. Our coaches know what to do because we train them to know what to do. And we hope that as we see more facilities, the few facilities that are available are owned by private people, the prices go up 10 times on a yearly basis, and I'm not exaggerating.
To be honest, there was one I saw in Ajegule. Maybe you guys are a bit too elitist. Maracana.
Yeah, we've been there.
Such a beautiful.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I think that was Yemi Dowu and all that.
So we need to actually replicate this in other parts.
We have centers there. We're not elitists. In fact we have a slogan. I don't know whether it's written here.
Okay.
It's called Sports for All. So basically what we're saying is that sports is for everybody, and that's it. Yeah. City Sports for all.
Okay,
right? Because you really can't do sports until you are giving opportunities to everyone who wants to play sports, regardless of your background, your skill level, and your location. That's exactly where we came up with that.
That's what we call let's play, at least. Yeah. First of all, it helps your health. It makes your heart work well. It regulates your blood system. So it's good for everybody to actually play.
It is.
But really, it's really been a great time talking with you. And I hope some other time you will join us when we start have more and more accolades coming your way. Thank you,
Amen.
Shola.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. It's been a beautiful day again. Another exciting moment to talk sports, especially with the great job City Sports is doing around this country. Have a pleasant day.